it was suggested that we go to New York. I think more of as a holiday, but as it turned out, it was more of a crazy idea that Tommy Wilton had about filming a short film with us and a couple of local New York-based actors.
I was really, interested to find out what it was all about. So I submitted myself, and I actually heard back, and Tom sent me over the script, and I read the whole thing right away, and I loved it. I emailed him back, said I love the script, and pretty much he just cast me from London without meeting me, without having a video.
And I'd always wanted to make a film in New York. Maybe now is a good time to just finally get something pieced together.
So we're just gonna... Do you want to come with?
No, I've got some things to do.
You sure? I mean, we're only going to be...
You guys go, catch up, do your guy things.
Okay.
I've got things to do.
Alright. As long as you're alright with it.
Whatever. You do what you want. Have fun.
And then I started to run with the idea of, well, I can shoot all over New York, and I can shoot very freestyle. The story was never really going to be about, these two guys. There needed to be something else in there, and I thought, okay, so how can you build a story? And I thought, wouldn't it be great to have, this guy being shown around the city by a girl?
And it just kind of escalated and formed into this idea where we would turn up Grand Central Station and Ground Zero and all these different sites, but in character, and try and improvise around these scenes.
And then I thought, well, I could shoot it on a flip, and then I thought it gives you that intimate, close-up thing. So I thought it would serve well to make a small kind of love story.
Beginning, I was so excited, to work on it, just because I just really, really loved the script. I just kind of devoured the script and just tried to make it as much a part of me as I could, because I knew we were going to be on a really, really tight schedule.
So I kind of didn't believe it was going to happen until we got there, and it was all planned out, and we just kept waking up at 7 a.m. and keep showing up.
Talking about.
Do things to you.
You still hung up on the New York you saw in Taxi Driver or something?
Yeah, a little bit.
Pussy.
Young lady, wash your mouth out.
Please. I'm a New Yorker. Insert tough edge here.
Right, okay, I get it.
Trust me. Times Square is Disneyland. Since I've been acting in New York, I've kind of been open to anything, in terms of time, efforts, the way we shoot, what the project is.
I mean, it's easy for me to be a filmmaker and go, you don't have enough money, you don't have enough crew, you don't have enough equipment. But all of that was deliberate. It was all a deliberate choice. The problems were really more about scheduling, trying to get everyone into one place at the same time. That's always hard. Places to sleep, places to shoot. But I didn't see them as problems. I saw them more as challenges that, if dealt with one by one, they would. Then it was all possible.
I met Tom, Wilton, and Lewis the first night, for the first time together, and actually, Lewis and I didn't have a lot of rehearsal time together with any of the scenes that we did. Almost like we both did our homework outside of shooting or rehearsal, because the minute we got there, it was intense. It just felt real. It felt like, it felt like we had all this history where, we were just, the second time we met each other, we were shooting a scene, you know what I mean? So, it was nice to work with someone who is that committed and that, you know, just comes in and he's just there.
It completely broke down that idea that okay, now you're acting. It was like it was just kind of being there and being focused on your other actor and not kind of worrying about who's walking past in the background, or not worrying about sound, or bumping into a crew member because there was no crew. It was just Tommy with a flip and a microphone.
Marta has a lot of she had a lot of stuff going on in her life before she got so caught up with Lewis. You know, she played guitar, she had all this artistic stuff, and you know, she kind of settled down with Lewis, and there was a lot of love there. Marta got a little bit lost in the relationship, lost herself, lost her, you know, worlds. Pizza.
No. It's Chinese food as well. It's the same thing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me, when was the last time you went to China?
That's a fair point.
Yeah. Everybody knows it, okay? It's true. People from all over the world, they come with their dishes and they try and do everything they can to get you to sit at their table. And Chinese people are even worse because they'll do anything for a cook-off. It's a fact.
You're full of shit.
Tom, can you please explain to her? You've been to China, right?
No, I've been to Laos.
Oh, you've been to Laos?
Yeah.
It's Asia, so, you know, practically the same thing.
How was that?
Oh, amazing, so special.
Yeah, but it's not better than this food, right?
I don't remember.
Well, you remember this food, that's my point.
It's completely different, Lewis.
Okay, what do you know about it? You've never been anywhere further than Baltimore.
I mean, when I passed Tom, obviously I knew what Tom was capable of. I've got very good instincts about people, more than even being able to write or to work fast or any of that stuff. My biggest thing is knowing knowing people. I have a very strong instinct about people very quickly, and so I realised that I could make a feature out of this, but I couldn't guarantee that the other people could. And the only reason I realised I could turn it from a short into a feature is when I started to get a sense of who everybody was.
The story and the kind of intimate nature between the characters, the relationships between the three of us, really. So it was quite simple to work off what we already had from kind of ran with it, and luckily that fed into the rest of the story.
He treated me like a friend, like somebody he cared about. Do you get it? He treated me to his time, to his attention, to his compassion. When I couldn't get through to your cell and I was going nuts, worrying that you might be picking up some girl at a bar, baby, when I needed you.
And so you kind of let the idea grow, and you trust and you have faith that, you know, everybody's as crazy as you are, and that it's going to happen.
Which a lot of the stuff I had been doing was a little bit more on the experimental side, and so the fact that it was shot on a flip didn't really, you know, I didn't really have any preconceived notions as to really feel a certain way about it. But through the process, while we were doing it, I was like, wow, this is so refreshing, you know, to just be able to not have to wait for a camera setup, not have to wait for, you know, sound to be ready. It was just kind of like we were able to just be in character the whole time and just let Tom shoot us whenever he could. And actually a lot of the little clips in the film are things that weren't even, you know, I think us running through the escalators wasn't even written in the script. We were just, you know, so delirious by that point that we just decided to run backwards on the escalator, you know. So it was really freeing, and it allowed us to get a lot of work done in a short amount of time, because, you know, we do the scenes a few times each and move on and find a new place.
His character, because he's very much like he's got maybe it's a New York state of mind, that kind of time is money. Let's move on. Actually, in one scene which people have commented on, where I'm on the couch and I wake up and Gillian's there, or Marta is there saying, "Come on, you've had your time now, get out."
I don't want to come off as pissy or anything, but
not.
thanks, but this, you being here, what is it? Find herself again, trying to latch onto anything that's remotely familiar that she can hang on to, and that's Lewis. And you know, as we see, Lewis isn't really an anchor for her.
Marta was a little bit worried.
Yeah, sure. I get it. I'm clean, man, if that's what you're asking.
Look, it's not just me, alright? I live with Marta, she's never met you. She doesn't know who the fuck you are. You give me a call like in the middle of the night, and now all of a sudden, you know, you turn up, you show up, and I don't mind having you here, it's fine.
I get it, man, I get it.
But you gotta understand something. You know, we're not the same anymore.
That we needed, a few scenes that we needed some other actors for. And, you know, I kind of, you know, both the Toms were visiting from London, and our other character, Lewis, was very busy the week we were shooting. So I kind of had to rack my brain of, okay, who do I know? Allie O'Connor did it for us. She stepped in, and she was excellent. Just kind of, we went to a bar, grabbed a drink, and shot the scene.
You should let me show you around. I know all the good places.
Yeah,
Claudia.
Tom.
Talk to you later, Tom.
Yeah. You can be constantly trying to think, oh, is this what the director wanted? Is this, you know, am I doing it right? And with this, it was just kind of going with what felt right and just trusting in it. And between me and Gillian, we were pretty much living together for the whole time. So it was like we woke up with that and we went to sleep with that. So it was really a lifestyle choice. It was like being some kind of in a gypsy folk band or something.
Collaborative effort, and if all parties weren't as gung-ho about the whole situation, I don't think, you know, we would have had as easy a time. It actually, the challenges weren't even that bad because we were all just having such a good time. So, you know, it was fun at the end of the day.
Even when we were tired and hungry, just kind of helping each other through. And we laughed so much the whole time as well. I mean, I definitely sit down and watch the outtakes of that film on their own.
Talking about it's madness. I got so much money. I got a sweet song and a bird to
Feels like it's all of our baby. It really does. It feels like we put this together. This is ours, and it's unlike any other film for me in that way, where you have, you know, somebody who wrote it, somebody's idea, somebody's directing it, somebody's acting in it. It's like it's a lot much more personal.
We did it 5 days, start to finish.
Tom Wilton.
Congratulations, Tom.
That's amazing.
How's it feel?
Wow. Good. It was good.
Well done, man.
We said we're going to do this, and we did. And we just had so much fun. There wasn't a moment of like, oh God, I just want to go home, or oh, I just want to eat something. It was so far from, you know, work. It just felt like, all right, what's next? Oh, we're done? No, we're done? Really? You know, we didn't want it to end. It was just so fun. It was such a fun experience. Definitely one of the best experiences I've ever had, you know, making a film.
It's given me freedom. It's given me like an absolute liberation to do whatever I want now, and so I think you're always looking for validation. That will always exist. That film will always exist now. Doesn't matter whatever happens for the rest of my days, that film will always be there.
We got to see it screen all together. That was so special. And you know, every time I watch it, it's a little bit like these characters are so. I just got chills thinking about them. Like these characters are so pure. They're so beautiful. They want something. They're going after something. They don't know what it is. You know. Where will you go?
After New York. I don't know.
When will you go?
Again. I don't know.
You should call your family.
I know.
I'm serious. I mean, why? Why'd you leave them all behind anyway?
It was an accident at first. Then I didn't notice. Then I didn't care.
I don't get it.
You don't have to get it.
But for me, I mean, as fucked up as my whole family was, we never stopped trying, you know, working to be friends.
Well, I left them. It's totally different.
It wasn't supposed to be a good day, but as soon as we got up there, the sun shined, and there was like kind of this peace above all this chaos on the street level. There was like this peace and the view of Manhattan. Being in that place on top of New York, it really felt like we were doing something special. That's initially what stood out to me the most, like just how honest it is. And we all are these people, all of us, you know. It feels so, I don't know the word I'm looking for. Everyone can relate to it. I don't know the word.